Hello, 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 all you wonderful, beautiful people. Today, well, to be truthful, I've been having the Goodwill Bins withdrawal. So that's exactly where we're going. And I'm already here in the parking lot. And for all of you that are new here, welcome to Gangalized Treasures. Usually I get so happy and excited about what we're going to go do or what we found that I forget that part. But all of you that have subscribed already, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And if you see something that I've missed, let me know, because nobody knows everything. And I love reading your comments. So thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Turn on that bell notification so you'll know when we add new videos. And Romana will not be with me today. She is already back in St. Louis. She had to have her 6-week checkup. And I had to be here because I was at the dentist yesterday. So yesterday was a nothing day. I'm still a little sore, maybe even a little swollen. But that's taken care of, and I will be back in St. Louis next week. So hopefully she and I can go to the St. Louis bins together. But right now, let's head in, see if we can find some treasure. This store usually has music on, and they have it on and they have it off, and so this is going to have to be a voiceover. As you see, they have furniture, they have bikes this time, but none of that really interested me, so let's hit the bins. This was the first thing that I found that I was interested in. Beautiful backpack, but there was no name. This I was hoping had some power tools in it, but I shook it and it was just the case. There was lots of very large inflatable items in the bins, which I thought was odd. I probably should have got that. It was Coca-Cola. I know a lot of people collect Coca-Cola, and that's why I pulled it out in the last video when I was with Ren. It was like, look, this is Coca-Cola stuff. People collect this. Tractors. If it had said John Deere on it, I might have looked it up. People collect John Deere stuff also. That I wasn't quite sure what that was, so it just went. This is a Nerf gun. If you would have bought a Nerf gun, let me know. This was another piece that went with some other inflatable thing. And the thing about the bins is you have to dig. And you have to dig all the way down to the bottom. Or I dig all the way down to the bottom because you never know what you're going to find. Because if there was a pair, isn't he just cute? He's Scooby-Doo. And I'm like, maybe I should get him. But you have to dig all the way down to the bottom. If they're, yeah, and I do put them in the cart for a little while. If there was a pair of earrings or a pen or money and they're going to fall out, they're going to end up in the bottom of the bins. Although I know a lot of people talk about Goodwill and talk about that they take all the good stuff out and they sell it online, which, yes, they do. I agree. I don't know why they just don't reduce the prices at the store and not have the bins or have free boxes or something. This looked interesting, but it didn't have the knives in it or the serving fork and knife. It would have been a really nice set. Look, there's even a light bulb. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, for this trip, the bins are not very full, as you can tell. It's quite easy to get to the bottom. Now, that does not say Coleman, but it probably is a Coleman water carrier. Maybe I should have got it. Let me know in the comments. But I thought it would have been kind of awkward to ship, and it really would have been awkward to ship that suitcase. But this looks like it's brand new, and I couldn't tell. It's a full face mask, and I know that I've heard that there's a lot of this medical type stuff you cannot sell on eBay. So it stayed. I could have also called David and asked him if he uses a medium one, but I don't think he does. And a gummy candy lab and a black purse, except the black purse looked like it had stains on it or mold or something. Water bottles and pop coolers, and If you know what that is, let me know in the comments, because I know what it is. But it's vintage, almost antique. They're not around anymore, kind of like telephones. That was a nice tote. This was a really nice tote, and I do put it in the basket. It's very clean, but I put it in there for me because of all the traveling between Indiana and Missouri right now. It would be really nice, the right size, to put some stuff in. I probably should have got that little bat too and kept it in the car for all my traveling. The cooler would just be really nice to put a few drinks in and have it iced down and keep them in the front of the car with me instead of having the big cooler and having to stop. And you know, when you travel, that stopping, I'm only going to stop for a couple minutes, and then it's 20, 30, 45 minutes. Harriet the Spy book, but the front cover is not there. And again, I'm trying to dig all the way down to the bottom. That's if it was a TI calculator and had all the algebra and trigonometry stuff on it, I would have picked it up. This was a cute pencil bag, but I didn't see very much resale value in it, so it stayed in the bins. This was a digital timer. Not a whole lot of resale value in that either. So as I'm going through the bins, the one thing I noticed is not only are they not very full, there's also a lot of trash. Just plastic bags and paper bags and paper. And look, wax fruit. No, that would have been plastic. That one was plastic. A little grape one. Your Neapolitan ice cream container. Throw it away, please. The bins doesn't need that. Actually, I've gotten to the point that I agree with most people that Goodwill just has too much stuff, and they're selling too much stuff online, and they're selling it for too much money. And most of the stuff at the stores are getting more high priced, that I will no longer be giving to Goodwill when I donate stuff. They're actually going to rotate the bins. So I wanted to show you that they take some of the bins out and then they bring new bins in. And I think I only videoed this part of it. And then they tell you when you can shop again. And pillows. There was lots of pillows. Hangers. Muffin tins. This purse, that just needed to go to the trash. If it's that beat up and that tore up, and that's flour foam down there, that little square. And this is an airbed that I would feel terrible if I bought it and got it home and then it didn't work. That was a great big huge green, one of those pillows that you can sit behind you. Baseball helmets. I'm reaching across. I'm still looking for lampshades for Ramanda's lamp, which we haven't found yet. There was a printer back there. This is the same printer except it's on the other side. I was interested to see if I could recognize the number on the back. This was a really nice bag, but there was that big old dent in it. And look, you can even find shave cream at the bins. This purse was in much better shape, but there was no maker's mark or designer's name on it. This I thought was really interesting. It is a Nickelodeon Pop-It game. But when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's one of those things you work with your balance on. I thought, I'm going to get that for David. Well, then later I was doing a cart review, and I looked at it, and I thought, oh, that says for kids. David's not a kid, and he's not kid size. And boxes, empty boxes. Dried artichokes, pillows. But Goodwill really doesn't need your empty boxes. I'm hoping that it had something in it before. A bag. It's a really great place to get bags, suitcases. There were quite a few suitcases. There's one gentleman there that just bought several suitcases. And there's not a whole lot of digging. Like I said, it's not very full, so you can get to the bottom quite easily. And there are also, if you can find at the bottom, the pieces that go to the vintage play school toys. That was a back brace I thought about getting, but Ramanda's 6 weeks post-op, so she probably doesn't need it, and she has one. The pieces that go to the vintage play school houses and the farms and stuff, if you can find those and lot them together, they do bring some money. And these little things, I thought, well, these would be fun to have giveaways on Whatnot. So not only am I here for eBay, I'm here for Whatnot. This was a blingy purse. It has all those, and it was inside out, so it was a little dirty on the inside. A cute little turtle. I thought I'd put him in the cart. Maybe we'd go with Ramanda's salamanders. And a teddy bear in a tupper, but there was no lid. You know, if I could go to Goodwill Bins and buy the tuppers just, by their weight and spend $5 a piece, it would be a great buy. But if it doesn't have a lid, it really doesn't do me any good. There were movies. There were cassette tapes. I even saw an 8-track tape. This was kind of cool because it was macrame, but there really wasn't enough macrame. This was very cottage core, but it was stained on the back. This looked like it had never been used before from the top. When I looked it up, it's all marked up around the sides. But it is stainless steel, and it does have the straw. And I am hooked on spring water in stainless steel containers. I don't know what the stainless steel container does to the spring water, but it's wonderful. This is the basket that I really needed when I bought that red one for the garden, because that way I could lay stuff in it, but it wouldn't work for squashes or tomatoes. So the basket stayed. That's a charger. I totally missed the charger. There's the nutcracker. I should have checked the other end of that charger to see whether it was for an Android or an Apple. But we are on to the next bin. Cute little teddy bear. A coffee cup. Kind of beat up. I still am on the search for coffee cups that either have coffee memes or coffee sayings on them. Born Identity, not a movie that I would watch. Ricky Tikki Tavi. I had that book when Ramanda was little. There was books, there was kids' movies. And look, Monopoly money. It's kind of sad that it ended up just the Monopoly money in the bottom and the whole game of Monopoly is not there. Frames. More purses. This one was interesting because it looked like a snake skin, but there was no designer or maker's mark on it, so he stayed. I have purses now that I have listed that haven't moved yet, so I'm trying still, again, to be quite a bit pickier about what I buy and trying to find things that have a faster sell-through rate. Sometimes doing vintage and sell-through rate, it's kind of a hard juggle. This was a pair of jeans, but they were a new day. I actually did look them up, and they have about an 11% sell-through rate, so that wasn't great. More movies. This must have been the movie bin. The whole bin had movies down at the bottom. And this was a nice little plastic tupper that would have been really great to store stuff in. But I have quite a few things to store stuff in, so I didn't need it. I think I go back and put it in the cart, and that's actually a sewing machine in that white lidded. I want to say white lidded tupper, but it's not a white lidded tupper. It's actually the lid to a sewing machine. Another airbed. I did, like I said, I did ask Amanda if she wanted it to keep stuff in, and she said no. So, might have gone in, but then it went back. And a stroller, and a grate for a fire, or for a barbecue, And look at all this plastic. It was up holding all the pieces in that Tupperware. And this is an Oster mixer base. Guess where it goes? It goes right in the cart. There's other stuff in the cart, but there was a lot of stuff that I bought for us. Lots of bags. That would have been one of those things you put down in the garden to kneel on. A purse, a scarf that was really, really dirty. A little tiny black purse. It looked like it probably fit on the belt and you could carry stuff with it. This green bag is very bright, very interesting. I'm going to get to it here in a minute. A Trader Joe's grocery bag. And this goes in the cart. It's a little dirty, but it can be washed because I think we're going to need an extra or a new laundry basket. So that's going to be for personal use. There's a red purse, but it wasn't leather. Plastic clear purse. Don't need any more purses. More purses. Now, I should have picked up that little Lego guy, but he was the only one there. If you can get, 6 or 8 or 10 of them. Baby T-Rex, baby bibs. And I'm still in hard goods. I haven't even gone to go check out the clothing yet. A jewelry box. I was hoping that it would be empty inside or it would be an essential oils box, but no such luck that time. This is a large piece of purple material, and I do put it in the cart. I'm going to measure it when I get home and see whether it's long enough for a scarf. Lots more purses, and it must have been purse day. Movie day and purse day. And none of them were designer, not even Vera Bradley. But this one's purple. And he goes in the cart. Because the purse I have now is just a little bit too small. I have to turn my wallet sideways to get it in and out. This was really cute just because it had Yoda on it. But I did not put it in the cart. Somebody's Halloween bucket. Cute tin. I wanted to see what was inside, but with one hand, it was a little difficult. So I decided to just leave it there because I could tell there probably wasn't anything in it. Look, there's even makeup. Mary Kay makeup. Some people like Mary Kay makeup. Some people don't. I'm one of those people that don't like it because I'm allergic to it. I don't know what's in it that I'm allergic to, but it makes my face break out. Ooh, a Christmas duck and a teddy bear. And I'm reaching. When it gets really close like that, I'm reaching. I don't know what these are, and I don't think I put them in the cart. Maybe I did, and then I put them back. I thought they were pretty cool if they were in a little baggie all by themselves. But since I couldn't figure out what they were, I put them back in the bins. Let me know. And there is another basket. There's a steering wheel that goes to a game. There are some puzzle pieces. You never know what you're going to come across. And those are actually lunch bags. Paper lunch bags. And, oh, that's a Peep. I missed that. I should have got that little Peep. I even picked him up and just moved him. Oh. As you can tell, it's nighttime. And, gosh, it gets dark around here about 6 o'clock. 5:30 maybe even. At this point, I'm not sure whether I have enough video for one episode or for 2. So I don't want to talk about exactly the things that I found, but I have both sides of the coin. It was very slim pickings in one sense. There wasn't a whole lot of items in the hard goods. There was lots of trash. Lots of just bags and plastic and trash. And on the flip side, I got some really good items. And if this is the end of part 1, please stay tuned and make sure you check out part 2. at the end of part 2, I will probably talk more in detail about the items that I ended up bringing home. I did get some items for Amanda and some items for the shop and some for us, and then some, I said for the shop, but for me to use in the shop to organize things with, and then some things to sell in the shop. So what I do is I take the total amount that I paid and I divide it by the number of items that I got. Now I did get 3 little tiny things, and I will probably just count them as one item. I divide the number of items into the amount so that I know what I paid per item. And then on that receipt, I take out anything that is not for the shop for organization, or anything that I'm not going to sell in the shop, or anything, and if I'm going to use it for whatnot, it goes in that category. But anything that's for me or anybody else, I subtract that amount, so I keep that total. The only thing I put in my books is what I spend for the items that I bought for the shop. I usually also, just my own preference, I pay cash for the things that I buy at Goodwill and the Bins 99% of the time. And then I put that in the books instead of trying to use my business card and then have to figure out how to split everything up. For me, it's just easier that way. If you guys know of an easier way to do books, let me know. But it is late and I do need to get home. And thank you so much for liking. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Most people that watch the videos aren't subscribed, and you might as well go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when the next one comes out, especially because hopefully there's going to be a part 2. But we appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you for watching, and it is so long for now, and I will see you either in part 2 or I will see you in the haul. But remember, as always, you're blessed to be a blessing, so go out and make today a great day.